Huh? This is your family's place. I didn't expect you to be such a poor nobody.
Excuse me, I'm Anjo, the head chef.
You made this? No wonder it tastes so third-rate. A Michelin star? Please, it's totally overrated.
Should we slice the dried bonito flakes just 1/10 of a millimeter thicker? That would bring out a richer umami.
But Chief, if we cut them too thick, we'll end up using more, which will increase production costs.
We can offset that by downgrading the mirin by 1 grade. The bonito is the star of this mensuyu. We can't compromise on that.
Understood.
I'm Shingo Anjo, 27 years old. After graduating from culinary school, I started working at a food manufacturer. I'm in charge of developing broth-based products like mensuyu. It's a challenging job that requires a refined palate, but it's rewarding.
As expected from you, Shingo, you hold firm to your standards while also finding ways to maintain cost efficiency.
If we slice the bonito thicker, the simmering time increases, which could dull the aroma. We could add more bonito afterward, but that would raise costs again. We need to adjust carefully.
If you're that confident, this new version of our mensuyu is sure to be a big hit.
The woman leaning against me is Reiko Hani. She joined the company last year. She's the president's daughter and also my girlfriend. She took a liking to me right away and kept pursuing me until I agreed to go out with her.
Hey Shingo, we're about to hit our 1-year anniversary, right? How about I finally meet your parents?
Huh?
What's with that reaction? Are you embarrassed to introduce me?
No, that's not it. It's not that I can't introduce her. It's just, I haven't seen my parents since I graduated culinary school 7 years ago. I can't just ignore Reiko's feelings because of my own selfishness. On my next day off, I reluctantly took Reiko to my parents' place, but...
Huh? This is your family's place. I didn't expect you to be such a poor nobody.
My family runs a casual diner called Goro in the suburbs. Sure, the exterior is a bit run down, but the food is top-notch. Don't judge it by its appearance. If you eat here, you'll understand just how amazing the food is.
No way! I refuse to be with the son of some shabby little diner. We're breaking up. Goodbye.
She looked at me like I was something disgusting, then turned on her heel and left. Being dumped wasn't what hurt the most. It was her mocking my family's restaurant. After that, I stopped speaking to Reiko outside of work-related matters. Shingo, romance is none of my business, but workplace harassment is another matter. Reiko's father, President Hani, called me to his office and accused me of something absurd. Harassment? What are you talking about? Don't play dumb. My daughter came crying to me, saying you were bullying her for no reason. That's not true. Reiko must be mistaken. Harassment is a serious issue these days. I can't believe you don't even realize what you've done. And to think you'd harass Reiko of all people. Absolutely unacceptable. You're fired. Reiko must have complained to her father just because she didn't like how I was treating her. But to get fired over something like this... I can't work in a company run by these two. I had no will left to fight and simply accepted my dismissal. Still, it's not easy to find a company willing to let me work in product development. I didn't have time to mope. I had to start job hunting immediately. But all the listings were for sales positions, and I struggled to find a place where my development experience could be useful. One evening, feeling drained, I stopped by a Japanese-style pub for a drink.
Welcome. Please take a seat at the counter.
The cozy atmosphere reminded me of my family's restaurant, so I ordered a beer and a few small dishes. This flavor. Excuse me? I called out to the woman behind the counter. About this simmered tofu and kimpira.
Oh, sorry. Does it not suit your taste?
No, not at all. It's delicious. It tastes nostalgic somehow.
Oh, thank you. I'm so relieved. I'm still in training, but those two dishes are my responsibility.
I see. Then I made a great choice. These are really fantastic.
That makes me so happy. I still have a long way to go, but your compliment gives me confidence.
As the restaurant quieted down, she continued talking to me between customers.
So, you used to develop seasonings, and we actually used the ones you worked on? Wow, what a coincidence. Meeting the developer in person, what an honor.
No, the honor is mine, but I'm not with the company anymore. Still, knowing that someone out there appreciates my work will always make me happy.
One day, I want to open my own restaurant. It's a long way off, but that's my dream.
As she introduced herself as Hinano Nishio, her determined eyes reminded me of my own past ambitions. I had given up, but I wanted her to succeed. After that, I started visiting the pub regularly. We had similar tastes in cooking, and before long, we hit it off. We exchanged numbers and eventually started meeting outside the restaurant. Then, one day, after several dates,
there's a place I want to visit with you. It's the restaurant that inspired me to become a chef.
Oh, what kind of place? I'd love to go. What's it called?
It's a diner called Goro. Tasting their food made me realize my dream.
The name stunned me. I couldn't believe my ears. Wait, seriously? Goro is my family's restaurant.
No, wait, what? That's unreal.
That's surprising, but thank you. If I tell my dad, I'm sure he'd be happy to hear that.
If?
Oh, well, I haven't seen him in 7 years. I ran away from home. I opened up to Nishio about everything. My childhood dream of being a chef, my father's strict training. How his skills felt so out of reach that I gave up and ran away. And how we haven't spoken since. Sorry, that got kind of heavy. It's embarrassing.
That's not embarrassing at all. But... so it was you.
Huh? She smiled warmly, looking at me like she had realized something. I wanted to ask what she meant, but she continued before I could.
You're not weak. If anything, it makes sense to feel that way when you have such a great father. But deep down, you always wanted to follow his path. That's why you work so hard in product development, right? The seasonings you created, only you could make them. They carry the essence of Goro. Maybe now your father would finally acknowledge you.
Her words struck a deep chord within me, the part of me that had been running away all this time. Yeah, thank you. I think I'll go see him. Will you come with me?
Of course! Besides, I was the one who asked you in the first place.
Seeing Nishio smiling and saying I'm looking forward to it, I finally felt ready to face my parents. Maybe I'll bring some of the seasonings I helped develop as a gift. Would my father be happy? If he complimented my work, there would be nothing more rewarding. We had planned to visit my family home over the next holiday to match Nishio's schedule. Just as I was considering finding a new job before then, I got an unexpected call from my mother. Hello, Mom. I'm sorry, I haven't called at all.
That's not important right now. It's your father. Something terrible has happened.
She cut me off mid-apology with a desperate shout. My father was in critical condition. I jumped in my car and rushed to the hospital where he had been taken. The cause of his collapse was a subarachnoid hemorrhage. Even though I rushed to the hospital after my mother's call, I wasn't able to see him one last time. It was so sudden, too abrupt. That was how we said goodbye. Did I cause him stress by running away from home? Did that take a toll on his health?
Don't say something so foolish. You know he wasn't the type to dwell on things like that.
My mother was probably forcing herself to stay composed despite the shock. I couldn't say anything more. Relatives and regular customers attended, and we managed to hold the wake and funeral without issue. Nishio took time off work to attend and graciously helped in every way she could.
Shingo, can I speak with you for a moment? Nishio, you're welcome to join us too.
After returning home from the crematorium and offering incense at the altar, my mother called me over with a solemn expression.
The restaurant's building is old, and now that he's gone, I'm thinking of closing it for good. But there's something I want you to have, regardless of the shop.
Back home, my mother handed me several tattered notebooks.
These are the notes your father kept, recording every tip and technique he taught you since you were a child. After you left, I found them in your room's trash bin. I couldn't bear to throw them away, so I kept them safe.
I hesitantly flipped open the first grimy page. I will become a better chef than Dad. I had proudly written those words, just learning how to write, declaring my ambition. Why? Why had I forgotten? Huh, is that so? You're going to surpass me, huh? I look forward to it. My father's bright laughter from that day, his smiling face, which I can barely remember now, was definitely there. Dad, I'm so sorry. There was no stopping the tears. Beside me, Nishio was crying too. Mom, thank you. I'll never run away again. Nishio nodded silently. Seeing that, my mother finally let go of all the emotions she had been holding back.
That's right. Your father is surely watching over you. Do your best, both of you.
After crying our hearts out, we spent the rest of the night reminiscing about my father's cooking. Why hadn't I returned home sooner? No, why did I leave in the first place? Regrets I could do nothing about began to fade, replaced by warm memories of my father. On the way back from my family home, Nishio and I walked side by side.
Hey, there's something I need to tell you.
Tears I thought had dried welled up again. After hearing her words, I solidified my resolve to become a chef like my father. That night, the stars seemed unusually bright. Later, when Nishio asked her boss, he gladly agreed to let me train under him.
You've become such a fine chef. If only he could see you now, he'd be so proud.
It turned out the head chef had once been a regular at my father's diner. My mother even remembered him. A few years later, after his new apprentice was fully trained, Nishio and I became independent. By then, we had been dating for a year, supporting each other both professionally and personally. We got married and began preparations to open our own restaurant, a Japanese bistro called Anjo. Since I was inheriting my father's flavors, Hinano suggested using my family name. The restaurant was spacious, with a counter, tables, and private rooms. It was affordable due to its location far from the station and being a pre-owned property with minimal renovation costs. Hinano, let's do our best, for my father and for us.
It's going to be fine. Shingo, your passion will reach everyone.
Thanks to the regulars from Goro, our restaurant thrived immediately after opening. So this is the view my father saw every day? I could no longer ask him, but seeing the customers' smiles, I wondered if this was what he felt. Now that I had become a chef, I had so many things I wanted to ask my father. Hinano was always there, supporting me through my regrets and lingering feelings toward my father.
Come on, Shingo. Let's bring our best again today.
We faced challenges, but within a year, the restaurant gained popularity. Reservations became difficult, and we were even featured in the media. Aspiring chefs sought apprenticeships, and a few years later, we expanded with additional locations. Eventually, our restaurant was recognized by a prestigious dining guide, earning a coveted 1-star rating. One day, a reservation for 2 came in for a private room.
Yuji, thanks for coming with me today. This place has been making waves lately. Our company's employees were buzzing about how our sauce supplier earned a Michelin star.
I wanted to check it out myself. It's the hottest restaurant right now.
Yuji, you're just too handsome. When will you finally notice me? Shingo, the gentleman in the private room is asking to meet the head chef.
Huh? A regular?
No, it's their first time here.
Orders have settled down, so I'll go greet them.
Got it. Please take care of it.
I had no idea the woman in the private room was my ex, Reiko Hani. Excuse me, I'm Anjo, the head chef. When I opened the door, I immediately recognized a face I wished I could forget. Sorry to bother you while you're busy. It's about the food.
Wait, Yuji? That man, he's just some ex-employee of my father's company, a poor loser from some rundown diner. You made this? No wonder it tastes so third-rate. A Michelin star? Please, it's totally overrated.
As expected, Reiko raised her voice and insulted me, cutting off her companion. Huh? Wait, Reiko? You know Anjo?
Oh, well, he used to work at my father's company. I saw the name Anjo, but I had no idea it was you. What happened to that rundown family diner? Oh, wait, it's probably gone by now, right? Figures.
I wondered if this man was really her boyfriend. How could she talk like this in front of someone else? I was beyond baffled. At that moment, the man accompanying her suddenly changed his expression. Enough already. You're being incredibly rude. The man, who had seemed like a gentleman, raised his voice so loudly that Reiko let out a pitiful squeal. It seemed that, unlike her, he was a decent person. I had wanted to express my gratitude because the food was so wonderful. But, Anjo, my sincerest apologies. No, please don't worry about it. If I'm not mistaken, you're the culinary writer Ryuji. It's an honor that you remember me, Anjo. Actually, I was a fan of Goro Anjo. You were? Yes, I visited his restaurant many times. And when I heard that his son had opened his own place, I had to come. And yet, this Reiko Hani... Ryuji let out a deep sigh before continuing. Shingo Anjo is the son of the legendary god of diner cuisine, Goro Anjo. I was a huge fan of Goro's divine flavors, and this restaurant not only preserves them, but refines them even further. That's why it earned a Michelin star, and yet you, the daughter of a food manufacturing CEO, can't even recognize that? Pathetic.
That's...
Reiko, who had been bright red with embarrassment, quickly turned pale. Ryuji was not only famous for his looks, but was also highly regarded for his refined palate and extensive knowledge of ingredients. His influence in the restaurant industry was significant, and having both him and my father praised in the same breath was a true honor.
Pardon my intrusion.
Before anyone realized it, Hinano had appeared at the private room's entrance.
I heard that a representative from the food company was here, so I thought this was a good opportunity to say something. I apologize for speaking up in front of the esteemed Ryuji, but I must address you, Reiko Hani. Yes? Your company's seasonings have clearly declined in quality, so we're terminating all contracts. This applies not only to our flagship restaurant, but to all affiliated locations as well. Please be informed.
What?
Your company unfairly dismissed our head chef. Even so, we continued purchasing your seasonings. Do you know why?
That was just Shingo feeling guilty, wasn't it? I mean, he was fired for a reason after all.
Don't be ridiculous. Guilt? You just cried to your daddy with fake harassment claim.
Back then, Hinano had said she had something important to tell me. What did you want to talk about?
Remember how I told you that your father's cooking inspired my dream? His food was so special to me. That's why for a while I was a regular customer. The more I visited, the more I wanted to know. I finally mustered up the courage to ask him to teach me. And those 2 dishes you praised, those were the ones he taught me.
This dish is special to me too.
Special?
Of course. After all, it's made using my son's meticulously developed seasonings. So my father wasn't angry with me. When my mother casually asked me about my job, I told her about my work in seasoning development. She must have shared that with my father, and he not only acknowledged my work, but also incorporated it into his cooking.
We continued purchasing from your company because those seasonings carried Shingo's passion and effort. But now, whether due to cost cutting or something else, your products have strayed far from the flavors Shingo created. You took Shingo's greatest gift and treated it carelessly. Ending our partnership is only natural.
That can't be!
Oh, and by the way, we haven't forgotten about the wrongful termination either. Once things settle down, we'll be pursuing legal action through a lawyer. Your company's collapse is your own problem, but make sure you're ready to pay the damages.
No, wait, Shingo?
A Michelin-starred restaurant cutting ties across all its locations. That'll make for a juicy article. Ryuji chuckled, but Reiko was too devastated to even protest. The core products of the Hani company were the very ones I had poured my heart into developing. With Ryuji's article going viral, the company's reputation plummeted, and sales nosedived. We need to ramp up production of the original formula immediately. Without it, we have no future.
Why can't anyone recreate it? It's just some stock. It should be easy to copy.
Even with data, they lacked employees with the skill and palate to bring it to life. There was no budget left for research either. With no way to recover, Reiko's family business was ultimately forced into bankruptcy. With stable revenue from both our main restaurant and branch locations, we finally embarked on our original plan. We renovated my family home to create a comfortable living space for my mother while preserving the old storefront. There, Hinano and I would open a small diner, just the 2 of us.
Are you sure about this? Wouldn't it be better to open somewhere with more foot traffic?
What are you saying? This place is our origin. There's no better location than here.
From the beginning, we always planned to create a restaurant of our own right here.
No one knows what the future holds, who we'll meet, who we'll lose, and what lies ahead. But as long as we never abandon our dreams, our possibilities remain endless. Welcome! Even now, I continue chasing after my father's greatness. Maybe I'll never catch up. But that's okay, because as long as I keep striving, I'll always have a reason to give it my all.
Hello, Brittany here. Every time there's a heartwarming restaurant episode, it makes me very hungry. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye!